Hello and welcome to Express News. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates. We'll start with the top story. The Qatar Court of Appeal has commuted the death sentence of 8 Indians in the Dahara global case. Detailed judgment is awaited and the Indian Ministry of External Affairs is in touch with the family and legal team on the matter. India and Russia have signed a protocol on consultations for the period of next 4 years to make progress in economic cooperation, energy, trade, connectivity and people-to-people exchanges. The protocol was signed during External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar's official visit to Russia. Dr. Jaishankar held talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow. President Putin invited Prime Minister Modi to visit Russia next year, saying it will give them an opportunity to discuss all current issues and talk about the outlook for the development of bilateral relations. The Ayodhya railway station has been renamed Ayodhya Dham ahead of the Ram Temple inauguration on January 22nd. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to inaugurate the new building of the station on December 30th. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath of the North Indian state of Uttar Pradesh visited Ayodhya on Thursday and took stock of preparations and other arrangements. CM Yogi also held a review meeting with the officials. India's Minister for Information and Broadcasting Anurag Singh Thakur requests all to visit temple ahead of the consecration ceremony of Ram Temple in Ayodhya. He further said that the dream of the Ram Temple is coming true. The All India Institute of Medical Sciences of Delhi issued guidelines for suspected COVID-19 or positive cases that need to be reported at hospitals following the sudden surge in the cases of coronavirus in the country. Testing for COVID-19 will be done for patients with severe acute respiratory infection-like symptoms, persistent fever with cough and symptom onset within last 10 days. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi's name has been mentioned by the Enforcement Directorate in his charge sheet, mentioning her rule of purchasing an agricultural land measuring 5 acres in Haryana's Faridabad. The pilgrimage to the holy cave shrine of Vaishno Devi in India's Jammu and Kashmir has set a new record this year, witnessing the arrival of nearly 9.6 million pilgrims, marking the highest in the past 10 years. India's Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approved minimum support price or MSP for copra for the year 2024. Copra is the dried white flesh of the coconut from which coconut oil is extracted. India's National Metro Rail Corporation on Wednesday approved the detailed project report for the proposed Sector 142 to Botanical Garden metro section in Delhi National Capital Region. The project will provide direct connectivity to Delhi Airport's Terminal 1 through Magenta line of Delhi Metro. The second arm of the Aqua line is likely to be ready in 36 months. In a bid to empower women of India's Jammu and Kashmir, various handicraft skills are being imparted to them through centrally sponsored schemes like Mudra, Financial Assistance Scheme and Artisan Credit Card Scheme. At least 12 passengers were killed and 14 injured after a bus collided with a truck and caught fire at Guna town in the central Indian state of Madhya Pradesh. The injured have been admitted to the nearest hospital and are undergoing treatment. The police have registered a case and are investigating the accident. Stalls of various millet products from the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu have been set in the second edition of Kashi Tamil Sangam Part in Varanasi. The items made from millets include biscuits, pasta, noodles and the bakery products that are being sold in abundance. After meeting India's President Draupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a group of 33 students from Resi district returned from Watan Ko Jano tour on Thursday. The Indian markets ended in green on Thursday. Sensex climbed 371.95 points to settle at all-time high of 72,410.38. While Nifty jumped 123.95 points to settle at an all-time high of 21,778.70. The Indian rupee rises 17 paise to settle at 83.17 against the US dollar. Gold future maturing on 5th February next year stood at Rs 63,500 per 10 grams on Multi Commodity Exchange of India Limited. Silver futures maturing on 5th March next year stood at rupees 75,460 per kg on the MCX. Oil prices remained subdued as concerns over supplies eased. Brent edged up 10 cents to $79.85 a barrel, while US crude fell 5 cents to $74.14 per barrel. The Royal Mint unveiled new British coins for 2024 of 50 pence, 2 and 5 euro coins to mark special occasions. The New York Times sued OpenAI and Microsoft, accusing them of using its articles without permission to help train AI. New York Times said it is the first major US media organization to sue OpenAI and Microsoft over copyright issues. Israeli army released a video showing tunnels discovered near a hospital and a school in Gaza. The video showed the entrance to a tunnel shaft near a hospital in Gaza. Israel's army released videos of top military commanders meeting as well as airstrikes on Hezbollah sites. South Korea said questioning of dead actor Lee Sun-kyun in drug case was justified and done with actor's consent. Lee's body was found in a car at a park in Seoul on Wednesday. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said it was resolved to achieve its goals in its military operations in Ukraine. Because of pilot error, a Soviet-era Antonov 24 aircraft carrying 30 passengers landed on a frozen river in Russia's far east. Taiwanese officials said China is pressurizing influential Taiwanese rock band Mayday to make pro-China comments ahead of Taiwan's key elections next month. The Colorado Republican Party has appealed the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene, ruling that barred Trump from state's Republican primary ballot. Appeal comes after Colorado Supreme Court disqualified Trump because of his role in 6 January attacks on the U.S. Capitol by his supporters. A U.S. delegation led by Secretary of State Antony Blinken met Mexican president to discuss migration along their joint border. Mexico pressed U.S. to reopen border crossing during talks. New York City's mayor issued an executive order requiring charter bus companies transporting migrants to give a 32-hour notice before arriving into the city. Kim Jong-un ordered its military, munitions industry and nuclear weapons sector to accelerate war preparations to counter the U.S. Israeli military said troops were working in several areas of Gaza, particularly areas important to Hamas. Israel's emergency minister Benny Gantz warned Lebanon to stop Hezbollah attacks on northern Israel. Gantz said the stopwatch for a diplomatic solution is running out. At least 6 people were detained during an anti-government protest in Buenos Aires. Kenyan police said they were investigating suspected killings of 4 men on a Del Monte pineapple farm near Nairobi. Former European Commission President Jacques Delors, a founding father of EU's historic single currency project, died on Wednesday at the age of 98. An Indiana motorist who was trapped in his overturned pickup truck for 6 days was rescued after 2 men spotted the wreckage under a highway bridge. Weather-related news now. At least 40 people have died in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo due to heavy downpours causing floods and landslides. Storm Gerrit caused snow, severe winds and a lot of rain in Scotland, resulting in standstills and closures in some areas. Residences get flooded and transportation was impacted. A seriously flooded road was captured on camera in the Scottish hamlet of Cupa, the longest route in Scotland. The A9 has also been affected by the terrible weather. Heavy rains in Peru's northeastern region of Loreto left dozens of families homeless. The rains began on December 26th and continued into the morning, affecting residential areas. Peru's National Meteorology and Hydrology Service has warned the Loreto area of red alert due to potential further flood damage. About 10 small hospitals in Yala and Narathiwat have been closed due to flooding. Emergency health units have been set up to provide treatment to the flood-affected victims. Heavy rains and gusty winds battered Australia's Sydney. 10 people were killed after severe thunderstorms pummeled the country's east coast on December 25th and 26th. Over 90,000 households are still without power after strong winds blew off roofs and brought down trees in some of the worst affected areas. A thick layer of fog engulfed India's capital city on Thursday morning. Many flights have been delayed along with 22 trains running late in Delhi due to dense fog. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued a forecast for dense to very dense fog at many parts, likely to continue over northwest India during the next 2 days and gradually improve thereafter. Indian city Ayodhya is all set to welcome Ram Lalla on 22nd January, with every state contributing in to devote something special to mark the occasion. Southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu sends 42 large bells that will adorn the Ram temple in the pilgrim city of Ayodhya. Ahead of the new year, Bobbitora Wildlife Sanctuary in India's northeastern state Assam has been witnessing a surge in tourist footfall. Both domestic and foreign tourists have visited the wildlife sanctuary, which is also known for having the highest density of one-horned rhinos in the world. This holiday season, Vietnam's Hanoi Tourism Festival is offering visitors a taste of the city's diverse cuisine, featuring Michelin-starred restaurants. And as part of its tourism development route map, Hanoi has incorporated famous night food markets and unique food craft villages in its long-term cuisine promotion plan. The New Year's Eve ball, created in collaboration with Fontainebleau, has been presented with a bow tie pattern, signaling a promising start to 2024. On New Year's Eve in New York, the ball will descend from One Times Square with illuminated bow ties. The Royal Mint has unveiled new British coins for 2024 to commemorate special occasions. Coins to commemorate special occasions like the National Gallery's 200-year anniversary, Winston Churchill's 150th birth anniversary, and 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. Green sea turtles Lily and Gucci were released back into the Atlantic Ocean after recovering from different diseases. Lily had anemia and underwent multiple surgeries. Gucci, named after their arrival, was found with a hook in their esophagus and treated. A private company has established a bakery in Afghanistan's Kandahar, which is run by women only. Officials from the company say they have created jobs for 20 women who are the only breadwinner of the family and are hoping to increase this number. Libya's National Theatre Festival staged a comeback this week in Tripoli after a 15-year hiatus. Hasi Tuha, performed at Tripoli's Scouts Theatre by a group, was well received by an audience of more than 1,000 people. In Sichuan province of southwest China, giant panda cubs were captured playing and frolicking in the snow. The snowy field has become an intriguing playground for the giant pandas as they pose various funny gestures like rolling, hugging, and climbing the trees. Two therapy llamas are helping to ease the stress of peak season traveling at Portland's International Airport. The llamas, named Benny and Prince, delight travelers who could not resist a photo opportunity with the animals. A total of 4 Bollywood movies in 2023 have earned more than Rs 300 crore at the Indian box office. The list includes Pathan, Gadar 2, Jawan and Animal. The 69th edition of Bollywood's Filmfare Awards will take place in Gandhinagar, Gujarat on January 28, 2024. Indian film actor Prabhas starrer Salar earns more than Rs 500 crores worldwide in less than a week of its release. Netflix has announced the second season of Guns and Gulab starring Rajkumar Rao. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma surprises fans as he plays guitar solo on on stage. India's official entry 2018 Everyone is a Hero out of race for Oscars scheduled to be held on 10th March 2024 at Los Angeles. Colombian singer and songwriter Shakira's statue revealed in her hometown Barranquilla. The 21.3 feet tall bronze statue is unveiled in the honor of pop star's sensation. The famous Japanese anime series Classroom of the Elite Season 3 is set to release on January 3rd, 2024. American singer-songwriter Ariana Grande announced that she will come out with a new album in 2024. The two-time Grammy Award winner shared the news on her Instagram page. Well, sports now. Australia took a lead of 241 in their second innings, having scored 187 runs for the loss of 6 wickets at stumps on day 3 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Steve Smith scored 50, while Mitchell Marsh smashed 96 runs versus Pakistan. Bangladesh will take on New Zealand in the second T20 match at the Mount Maungani on Friday. Bangladesh lead 3-match T20 series 1-0 after they beat the Black Caps by 5 wickets in the first T20I. Indian batter Mayank Agarwal has been named as the captain of Karnataka team in the opening 2 fixtures of the upcoming India's first-class tournament, Ranji Trophy. Former World Rapid champion Koneru Humpy stayed in contention for the Women's World Rapid Chess Championship by scoring 3.5 points from 4 rounds for a tally of 6.5 from 8 rounds and shared the second spot at Samarkand. Carlos Alcaraz came back from a set down to beat world number 1 Novak Djokovic 4-6, 6-4, 6-4 in a hard-fought exhibition match in Riyadh. Former tennis world number 1 Rafael Nadal took to the practice court in Brisbane, Australia on Thursday to prepare to play in next week's Brisbane International, his first tournament since the Australian Open last January. Former world number 1 Naomi Osaka of Japan returned to the practice court on Wednesday following a 15-month break from tennis, preparing to take part in next week's Brisbane International, a warm-up event for the Australian Open in Melbourne, which starts on January 14th. Manchester City climbed back into the Premier League's top 4 as second-half goals by Phil Foden, Julian Alvarez and Bernardo Silva sealed a comeback 3-1 victory at Everton. British billionaire Jim Ratcliffe has struck a deal to take a minority stake at Premier League club Manchester United. And it was fourth time lucky for Lock Connect skipper Christian Beck as his Supermaxi Indian Andrew Comanche over the final approach to claim line honours in the Sydney to Hobart yacht race by 51 seconds. Alright, that's all we have in this edition of Express News. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.